So, let's start.
Discussing about adding and subtracting polynomials.
Before our formal discussion about adding and subtracting polynomials, let us recall first what is a polynomial. A polynomial is an expression composed of coefficients and variables under addition, subtraction, and multiplication, and the exponents of those variables are non-negative integers. Since we already recalled what is polynomial, so let's start a formal discussion about and how to add and subtract polynomial. There are two ways in adding and subtracting polynomials. You can add and subtract polynomials horizontally or vertically. So let's start in adding polynomials horizontally. Example, add quantity 2x squared plus 3x plus 2 and quantity 4x squared plus 2x plus 1. So in adding polynomials horizontally, first is to place the like terms together. 2x squared and 4x squared are like terms. 2x squared plus 4x squared, then 3x and 2x are like terms, so place them together. Plus 3x plus 2x, then copy 2 and 1. So plus 2 plus 1. Now, let's add the like terms. So in adding the like terms, simply add their numerical coefficients and copy their common variable and exponents. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Then copy their common variable and exponents. X squared. Plus 3 plus 2 is 5. So 5x. 2 plus 1 is 3. So plus 3. Therefore, the answer is 6x squared plus 5x plus 3. So now, using the same example, let's try to add these polynomials vertically. So, in adding polynomials vertically, the first thing you're going to do is to line up the like terms in column. So, 2x squared plus 3x plus 2. Since 2x squared and 4x squared are like terms, so put 4x squared below 2x squared. 4x squared, then 3x and 2x are like terms, so put 2x below 3x. So positive 2x, then plus 1. Okay, same thing. In adding like terms, simply add the numerical coefficients, then copy their common variables and exponents. 2 plus 4 is 6. Then copy their common variables and exponents, so x squared. Plus 3 plus 2 is 5, then copy x, so 5x. Then 2 plus 1 is 3, so plus 3. Therefore, the answer is 6x squared plus 5x plus 3. Polynomials horizontally. For example, subtract quantity 3x squared minus 2x plus 5 minus quantity negative 6x squared plus 7x plus 4. So, in subtracting these polynomials horizontally, simply distribute this negative sign to this polynomial. So, 3x squared minus 2x plus 5 negative times negative 6x squared is positive 6x squared. So, positive 6x squared. Then, negative times positive 7x is negative 7x. Negative 7x. Then, negative times positive 4 is negative 4. Then, the next thing is to place the like terms together. So, 3x squared and 6x squared are like terms. The negative 2x and 7x are like terms. So, minus 7x plus 5 minus 4. Then, simplify. So, same thing in adding like terms. Just simply add their numerical coefficient, then just copy their common variables and exponent. So 3 plus 6 is 9. Copy x squared, your common variables and exponent. Then negative 2x minus 7x is negative 9x. Then positive 5 minus 4 is positive 1. So this is the final answer. Using this same example, so let's subtract these polynomials vertically. So in subtracting polynomials vertically, first is to place the like terms in column. So 3x squared minus 2x plus 5 minus 3x squared and negative 6x squared are like terms. So put negative 6x squared below 3x squared. Negative 6x squared. Then put 7x below negative 2x because they are like terms. So positive 7x, then plus 4. So in subtracting these polynomials, first determine which is the subtrahend, then simply change the sign. So from positive to negative or negative to positive. So negative 6x squared will become positive. Then positive 7x becomes negative. Then positive 4 becomes negative 4. Then proceed to addition. (3x squared plus positive 6x squared is positive 9x squared. Negative 2x plus negative 7x is negative 9x. Positive 5 plus negative 4 is positive 1. So therefore, 9x squared minus 9x plus 1 is the answer. What we have observed, either you add or subtract polynomials horizontally or vertically, it will just came out the same result. Just choose which is the best way that is easier for you. That's all for today, and I hope you learned something from me. So thank you.